And hello everybody, Seamus here again. So, we're back in World of Subways 1, which is based around the New York area. We tried it earlier on, and yeah, it crashed, I think. I said 3 times, but I think it was 5 times it crashed. Right at the beginning, and then once at the end, which wasn't supposed to be the end. But I decided after all those crashes, I was going to call it a day. In addition to that, I did not have OBS set up properly. I've got a new profile in OBS because of the way that I've had to route the audio from World of Subways. I can't use the game channel as I normally do, so I've had to route it through system. And anyway, I messed it up. So the first 50 minutes of the stream earlier today, there was no audio. Well, there was, but game audio, there was none of me talking, which for some people is probably a bonus. So there we go. Right, so what we're going to do is jump back in again. Hopefully it won't crash, other than my silly driving. And let's see, we go. Listen, this was developed in 2009. It's an old game. And yeah, I only just got back into it because I tried a couple of years ago to get it running, and it just refused to run for me. But, you know, with all these updates in Windows, who knows what happened. But anyway, it runs now. So let's get started. Alright, the only way I know to do this is, you know what, let me see if I can capture... Yeah, let me see if I can capture the cursor here. Probably a bad move on my part, but what if it'll let me do it while I'm streaming? Let's see, capture game. Oh, it actually says capture cursor. Okay. Yeah, it's a little flaky. And it doesn't seem to work that well. Is it working? Oh, there we go. Okay, right, we're good. So, going to click on here, create a schedule. And all it really means is choose a route and choose a train. And as I mentioned earlier, there's only 3 trains in here. I'm just going to stick with the default one. In case you're wondering what that is, it's the PA2R. Came into service in 1967. The other 2 trains are not much better, really, as far as aesthetics are concerned, but yeah, I'm just going to stick with this one. When you're in the cab, it looks identical anyway. Weather, we're going to do random because I like it when it rains. And the one route that I have completed, as you can have looked in here, all of these are like 20 minutes from start to finish. In fact, let's just have a look at that. Yeah, you got Journal Square to 33rd Street. You know, I mean, have a look at this one. You know, yeah, basically 20 minutes long. And, you know, so hopefully the game won't crash before I finish it. But I've completed this, Journal Square to 33rd Street. I now want to do the other way around. 33rd Street back to Journal Square. That way we finish out in the open. So let's see how it goes. Let's choose, yeah, you know what? 6 o'clock in the morning. There we go. Start at 33rd Street. Terminates at Journal Square. Let's get going. Let's see what happens this time, guys. I tested it a few minutes ago, as you do before you stream anything, and everything was working. Let's see if it's all still working. Right, need to bring up all of these. Nobody's getting on, so...
Stand clear of the doors.
There we go. Air conditioning on, reverser forward, dead man's handle, which is a horrible phrase, but that's what it's called. Dead man's handle down, forward gear, release the brakes, and away we go. Right, and I need to try and watch the speed. I can get rid of the status monitor because I don't need it now. But the only way to see how fast you're going is with this route monitor. There is another option here. There's this guy, destination display. But I cannot get the mouse to reappear. I've tried loads of different things. And yeah, I just cannot get the mouse to appear right. You're speeding already, Seamus. Get back down. Last thing I want to do is run off the rails. And it will actually cause a collision. Look at the sparks. That's amazing. It's very clever. Right.
This is the Jones Square train. Next stop will be 23rd Street.
Next up will be 23rd Street. And we got that 1/4 mile. Right, we're in a 40, but we've got an amber coming up. And I've learnt my lesson. If I see an amber, keep your speed down. In fact, let's do that. Make sure we keep it there. There we go. Yeah, we've got a red coming up. Oh, it's just changed to a green. So I don't know this route well enough to actually learn it. What I mean is I've been up from the other direction 4 or 5 times, and this is only the second time I've gone in this direction, so I don't know it well enough to know it actually. That's probably the correct phrase. Right, and here's our stop.
23rd Street.
And as much as I'd like to jump outside and show you the external views, I'd like to get this finished, and every time I try, it, well, not every time. When I'm not streaming, it doesn't crash. But you know, as I've said many times, even when the microphone wasn't working, yeah, I really do like this. And there's Colonel Fort with a subscription. 11 months. Man, you're a star, mate. An absolute star. I hope the day is treating you good, my friend. Thanks for jumping in. We are in probably a game you may have never heard of. It's World of Subways 1, based around New York. And we're heading for 23rd Street. And just what I'm doing, I've got to have these things. I've got to have these up because there is no dash. There is no dashboard as such within this train. Look at it. See, there's no dials or nothing. So I'll have to have these things up. But that's okay. Sure beats World of Warships. It's different. Right, there we go. Got to shut the doors.
Stand clear of the doors.
And brakes off, and away we go. Yeah, Skeptic was on here earlier and it crashed to desktop. I think it was 5 times in total. So yes, other games do crash. And this, I'm not sure if you call that, Colonel, this was developed in 2009. You know, so I like it a lot, and I've only just been able to get it working. I couldn't get it to work for several years, and I don't know, you know, with all these Windows updates and NVIDIA updates, so I tried it the other day and I thought, hey, it's actually working. So I'm hoping it's not going to crash on me. I'm hoping the only crashes, and I don't mean that in a bad way, are the ones that I cause myself due to bad driving. But look at it, honestly, I think they've done really well for a 2009 game, you know. Right, so where do we go? We got 0.17 of a mile.
Next stop will be 40th Street.
I know that feeling well, says the Colonel. CTDs are like an old friend. Yes, I hoped I'd left behind me showing up at my door. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, I need to slow down. Need to slow down. 15 miles into a station. Yeah, this thing will actually dock you points for not turning your headlight off. There's actually 4 games in this series. This is World of Subways 1. And the other ones are based in London, Berlin and New York around the 1970s. So, but I'm really pleased that I've got this one working. So if you have a look at this guy at the bottom, not that one, this one, you can see the numbers counting down. That's how many passengers are getting off, and as soon as they get off, I can shut the doors again. Right.
Stand clear of the doors. This is a town square train.
And yes, he does sound like he's eating golf balls, doesn't he? The announcer guy.
Next stop will be 9th Street.
Next stop will be 9th Street, apparently. But yeah, the whole distance for this is just over 6¼ miles. But yeah, honestly, I really think they've done a splendid job with this lighting here. And this isn't on the Unreal Engine, it's on what's called the CS Engine. So I don't know if this was developed in-house. And here's my next stop.
Next stop will be 9th Street.
And here it is here. Right, slow down, Seamus, 15. Yeah, I'm using a Logitech RumblePad 2 controller. So that's probably like a 10-15-year-old controller as well. I tried my Xbox controller and I couldn't get it to work. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, for 2009 it really is. And you can jump outside, but you know what? Let's get this run finished, and then I might jump outside of the cab in a wee second after I get this route finished, I should have said, sorry. Right, 329 passengers on and 50 off. There we go.
This is the Charles Square train. Next stop will be Christopher Street.
Next stop will be Christopher Street. Yeah, I really think they've done a splendid job. And the interesting thing, Colonel, is that the developer for this is the same developer that did the bus and Fernbus, but they're using the Unreal Engine there. And not to be too harsh, they really have messed up the lighting. And even Squirrel mentioned that.
Stand clear off the doors.
Squirrel mentioned that on his stream. That he goes, it's Unreal Engine, what have they done? You know? And yet here's this CS engine, and the lighting's outstanding. Oh, and I'm speeding. Slow her down, Seamus. But yeah, I got to stop being so critical with TML, but they do. Lighting does not seem to be their strong point. Right, so Kittlefork says Fernbus does look like it was overexposed. Yeah, and I actually thought it was my own doing. And a couple of guys in the chat says, hey, try this, try that, try the next thing. And I tried everything. And then I saw Squirrel stream, and he was mentioning the exact same thing. Like, the whole whites are just blowing out entirely. And the night lighting, it's just crazy. Oh, and listen to the horn. This got a cracking horn on it. And I'll lose points for that as well, actually. This thing's really picky. I've never actually done anything on oh, slow down. Wow. That sneaked up.
Next stop will be Christopher Street.
Come on, Seamus. Come on. Yeah, I'm not used to using an Xbox style controller. It takes a while to remember what button does what. Well, it does for me anyway. But yeah, you know what? Let's jump outside. Hopefully it won't crash. There we go. And open the doors on the left. See, most of the people don't move, but some of them do. But for the majority of them, they're static. But look at the, the displays actually work, which is rather interesting.
Stand clear of the doors.
That guy's telling you. There we go. Driving the train from the platform. Right, let's jump back inside. Well, that was cool. It didn't crash. And there's Rolly Mal. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so we're in the New York subway now, or the New York Underground. Driving equally badly, as I normally do. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's very kind of you. Oh, and there I am speeding. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this thing here is the only way that I can tell how fast I'm going. And because I'm looking at 55-inch television, I'm constantly tilting my head across to the left all the time. It's a shame it doesn't have a little speedometer or something, but again, 2009 game, so. I'm actually anxious to look at the other three World of Subway games, because listen, this was the original, and I was just really pleased I got it working. I want to finish this, and then probably I'll jump into World of Subway 2, which I can't remember if that's Berlin or London. But yeah, I mean, look at that lighting. Really, considering this is not the Unreal Engine, I tell you, I'm really impressed. Really impressed. But yeah, this driving with buttons under my fingers is very. I don't have the patience. Oh, look at that! Looks like they've got another. Oh, a disused track on the right there. So as I mentioned earlier, this is my first time driving this direction, and yeah, we only got like 3.5 miles to go, to be honest, and we we'll be finished on this. Just hope it doesn't crash on me. Alright, what speed are we doing? Wow, we're actually on the flat and I don't have to keep clicking buttons. Yeah, this is I recognise it. I'm saying I recognise it's a tunnel. It looks like the rest of the tunnel, doesn't it? But I recognise the area because it's, you know, it's a 20-mile-an-hour area, and I'm thinking it's a shame we don't make this 40 because you come down from the other direction and it's 20 as well. So what have we got? We got oh, just under a mile to go, and we got a red coming. Oh, it's just changed to a green. Okay. Right. So I hope the audio is working. I did a stream earlier on today, and for the first 50 minutes my microphone wasn't working, and I think everyone in the chat just thought it was a silent stream. We don't have silent streams, but a stream without any talking. And then a couple of Kendra joined, and she goes, "Seamus, I can't hear you." And I go, "Okay," and then she pinged me, and I didn't realise the mic wasn't working. Hey, thanks, Colonel. Yeah, and it was just buttons. Because I've had to do a specific setup for this, because I can't route the audio as I normally do, I'm having to use a system audio channel, and because of that I actually messed up the microphone audio at the same time, but I think I'm good, and appreciate the confirmation there, Colonel. Yeah, I was lurking on Jay Winnaker the other day, watching first person shooter. I'm not quite sure what it was. But yeah, I was lurking away there, and I saw you guys. I was going to say hello, and then I got dragged off, mate. So, right, we've got a number coming up. If it's buttons, blame Murph, always. Yep. Yeah, look at that flashing. Isn't that great when you cross over a junction? They've really, honestly, I'm really looking forward to trying. Right, slow down. If you do these corners too fast, you will actually derail. He says speeding up. Oh, don't brake when you've got the accelerator going, Seamus. As a wee tip. Kittlefork says, I think GW's playing Ready or Not, a tactical shooter. Yes. Man, all I remember hearing was JW saying I need to take some more prisoners, but it just looked incredible. It looked amazing. And yes, I'm slowing down way too much. But I love what they've done with it. Look at the blue lights in the roof. And I don't know if you guys can hear the constant clicking. I do apologise if it's an annoyance. I might need to put my hands under the desk, perhaps. Right, we're in a 40. But yeah, at the end of this route, we actually do break out into daylight. And here's the station.
Next stop will be Peoria, Newport.
I don't know what he said, but I think I got the idea. Right, on, keep going. But I spoke to a chap earlier when I was streaming. I was asking him how he played it, and he said just keyboard, because I tried the Xbox controller. It just would not accept any input from the Xbox controller other than the buttons. It wouldn't accept the paddles. And I've tried various things. Like I say, it is an old game. It's an old game. So, right, there we go. Stopped. Right, 350 people to get off. That's an interesting view. You see what I mean about them being static? But every so often you see one of them moving. It's like a creepy show in a museum, you know, where everybody's standing. All of a sudden, you go, did that person just blink? You know. Yep. Catch you later, Rolly Mel. Thanks for stopping by, mate. I appreciate you saying hello. Thanks, mate. Now see you in a bit. Right. So all these announcements,
Stand clear of the doors.
like that one, those are all connected to buttons. So I'm actually controlling these. Next station, here's another one.
Next stop will be Crow Street.
So they do actually have a really, really... Here we go, destination. Let's check that one.
This is a John Square train.
I really like it. It's like, I don't know, it's from 2009, like I said. It just adds a little bit extra, doesn't it, having announcements like that. You get points for it too, but if this thing doesn't crash on me, and I've got just over 2 miles to go, as long as it doesn't crash to desktop, I might get a chance to actually see all the points that I lose, which is many. And I mean many. What am I doing? Brakes off, accelerator on. There we go. Right. No, so this is a 40, and I was a little bit nervous getting up that speed, because it slows you right back down again. And I don't want to roll off the track. So I get panicky and then I start accelerating and braking at the same time. And I remember coming. Oh, okay, there's a junction. Let's slow down. Oh, we're going downhill. Look at that. Right. There we go. Nice. I got it down to speed and time. It's amazing. Panic when you're driving a train really helps. Well, it helps me. What's that phrase? Don't panic, Captain Mannering. And I guess unless you saw Dad's Army, that wouldn't make any sense. But don't panic, Captain Mannering. Don't panic. Right. Yeah, I've only played this about 6 times now. 4 times yesterday and twice today when I was streaming, just to get a feel for it. And yeah, I really... And look at the pipes, look at the walls. Honestly, and that sort of like blue light coming up every so often, and the sparks and stuff. I'm really looking forward to getting out the end, where I normally stop. So that's going to be rather cool. Come on, get up this little hill. Right, we're on a 40 again, but I have a feeling... Is that the station coming up? No, what have we got? We've got 0.2 of a mile, less than a quarter of a mile before we get to the station, so... Like you're saying, every time you accelerate up to 40, I'm just very wary that I'm going to get caught. There we go. Right, so get it down to 15 again. Then I can roll into the station.
Next stop will be Crow Street.
Let's risk it. Yep, see that? There's somebody moving. Right, I think we'll stop it there. And doors on the left, there we go. Cool, so we've got 215 passengers on and nobody's getting off.
This is the John Square train. Next stop will be John Square.
What's interesting is the next station isn't showing up in this this guy here. The next station's not showing up, which it normally does. Right. Shut the doors. But yeah, as far as Simulator is concerned, yet again it's another train driving one, but yeah, really enjoying it. I don't know how many years I've had it, and only now really just getting around to using it. I'm going to keep it around 15 flow. Just because. Alrighty. Oh, speeding again. Like I said, this has to be the noisiest controller I've got, I think. Ah, you know what? We're on a train. It's meant to be noisy. Just pretend it's real controls. But yeah, there is only really, I think I said 4 routes, maybe 5 on this. And yeah, you know, again, for $10, this is still for sale in Steam. And at the moment it's $10. King Cobra, how are you doing, buddy? How are we doing? Thanks very much for stopping by, mate. It's very kind of you. As you can see, we're on the London subway. London? The New York Underground, or subway, whatever you call it. And we've got an amber coming up, so I'm going to slow her down a wee touch. Because it says next switch. Oh, look at that next station. What is the next station?
Next stop will be Shawn Square.
Shawn Square, I think he said. Right, that's too slow. Come on. Come on. 3/4 of a mile to go. Look at this. Oh, this is very cool. Look at this. We're breaking out into daylight. I gotta look outside. Please don't crash on me. Oh, keep the speed down there, Seamus. Look at that. You know, again, for 2009, I tell you. Right, we're at a 20 and we're doing under 20. That is really unusual. But yeah, look at that. You know, honestly, it's rather pleasant. For a game that's not on the Unreal Engine, you know, it's rather nice. Yeah, the only reason I'm a bit weird about jumping outside is earlier on today when I was streaming, I crashed the desktop several times by doing that. Nope. Hear the police sounds in the background. And the birds twittering. Honestly, it's a really nice job. Right. This is where I get a bit confused because, again, this is my first time through this way, but I came the other way and the lights show red above the rail. But the lights lower down, like you can see a green light there on my left, on my right rather. But above the track it says it's red, so I was a wee bit confused with that, but you know, let's just keep going. And I'm thinking this is the last station.
This is the last stop.
Yeah, that guy really, he wants you off his train. Right, slow down, Seamus. Yeah, I've got zero control here. It's like accelerate too hard, brake too hard. It's almost like driving the train, actually. I tried to get it to work using pedals. Yeah, that's exactly it, King Cobra. This is the last stop or else. It's the he's a grumpy old... Right, listen to this guy.
Stand clear of the doors.
Oh, that sounded a little bit more pleasant. Right, what's my speed? 18. Alright, bear with me here. Because if I can get this finished, I will be extremely pleased.
Next stop will be Shawn Square.
I will be extremely pleased. I tried to do this earlier. Right, where is the stop? Oh, there's the stop. Right in front where the 2 red lights are. A little bit of a hint there. Right. Open the doors. Jump outside. Please don't crash. You can see we're all back to static humans again. That's okay. Right. Okay, everyone's off. So, right, let's see. Right. And I do try and do this properly, but I have no idea. So, brake fully on. Reverser into neutral. dead man's handle off, lights off, and then the only thing I can do here is there's a button that says enter or leave the cab. So when I do that, it'll actually tell me how badly I did. Oh, look at all that red. Passenger friendly braking. Oh, that was okay. It was my acceleration. On schedule, no. What else did I get no at? Speed limits, no. Speed limits and curves, no. No help from route monitor. I tell you, there's no way I could do this without the route monitor. But yeah, so I scored 53%. Whoop-de-doo, you know. Not much I can really say about that. Right. Well, that was excellent, actually. That was the second one of these that I've done now. In fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. So, click there. So, I've done General Square to 33rd Street. The one that I just did there was 33rd Street back to General Square. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 5 routes. Thank you, King Cobra. Thank you. Yes, I... you know, I scored 50%, but hey, that's... we got there, it didn't crash the desktop, and it didn't run off the rails, so that's definitely congrats, yeah. If I had a scotch, I'd be drinking it right now. Instead, I'm drinking a caffeine-free Diet Coke, which is rather interesting, shall we say. Right, so yeah, let's see, we've got 5 routes, and let's do the next one. General Square to 33rd Street, Uber, Hoboken. Now, I have no idea if that's like... You know what? I don't know what it is, so stop guessing, you know. So the total journey is what, 26 minutes. Let's have a look at this guy. Drinking Diet Pepsi with a splash of whipped vodka. What's whipped vodka, King Cobra? I've never heard of that, mate. You're gonna have to explain that one to me, my friend. So you see here the 33rd Street to General Square is 22 minutes. But when we do this guy, it's 26 minutes. So let's do it anyway. You know, that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot here. It tastes like vodka with whipped cream. Oh my word. So it's like calories and alcohol in one go then. Man, that's almost like beer with pizza, isn't it? You know, it's like you've already got vodka with whipped cream already built in. Very cool. Very cool. You know, it's funny. I was drinking what was I have the other day? It was a brandy, and I can't remember. Are really terrible with names, but it was on ice, and I was right because I'm in a couple of bands. I'm in 3 bands actually. But when I was round one of the guys' house a few years ago, and he says, "Have you tried this with nothing but ice?" And it was a brandy, and I think, well, I don't like brandy, but it was absolutely amazing, and not too expensive either, which shocked me, to be honest. Right. So let's try this one, General Square. So I think the majority of this one's probably going to be the same as what we just did, and there's probably going to be a detour. Let's do random weather, and let's have a think. Let's do 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's see where we go. Right. So the fact that we got this far, I'm already ahead of this morning's stream, because like I said, 50 minutes, 50 minutes, and I had no audio, or no microphone audio. Right, so air conditioning on, you got to turn on. Nobody's getting on or off. Just shut the door.
Stand clear of the doors. This is a 33rd Street train.
And it still says the same. This is a 33rd Street train. Okay. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's get the lights on. In gear. Oh, dead man's handle, which I've already said I don't like the name of that, but it's this thing here. You're supposed to keep it down, but there is a setting, you know, so that if you have, you know, you're feeling a bit up, you know, not well, you know, the handle lights up and it puts on the brakes, but they call it a dead man's handle. Yes, so there we go. Right, get into gear. Let's get going.
Next stop will be Crow Street.
So yeah, this is probably going to be 90% similar to the previous route, but we're going the opposite direction. And you see what I mean? Again, we've got the red light above the track, but we've got the 2 ambers or the 2 yellows on the side. So I know we're going to change here, so let's keep it to around 15. Yeah, I was really surprised there that it said passengers were happy with my braking, but not so much with my accelerating. Right, so we've got another amber. Let's keep it around 15 again. Right. So I think we're going straight on actually. Yeah, so the red, it's just showing there's a switch, but I think going over the switches, I guess I should read the manual, and there is a manual for it, but yeah, who reads manuals? Right, let's tempt fate and jump outside again. You know, again, like saying for a, repeat myself, but for a game from 2009, this is rather cool. And I'm really pleased that it's working on my system now, which for many a year it wasn't. Right, so we've got another switch coming up, but we're going straight across and we're on a 25, right. Oh, look at that. There you go, just lost some more points for sounding the horn, but that's fine with me. Right, so we've got an amber. Let's not get carried. Right, so we're changing. We've got an S-bend here, let's slow down a wee tad. But yeah, it's a shame that you have to use these, but you know, it's what we have. Oh, did I turn the lights on? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we're in a 40, we've got an amber coming up. I do love those sparks, which I've probably mentioned 1,000 times already. Oh, and you're speeding, Seamus, come on. Yeah, I just don't trust these 40s because, again, I get caught unawares. Because the next signal is an amber and it's 700 feet away, so I'm not going to get too carried away with this. But yeah, so thanks everybody for joining. Like I say, this is the World of Subways 1, developed by TML, and TML Studios are the guys who also developed the bus and Fernbus, and this came out in 2009. Yeah, 2009. I'm probably driving too slow now. Oh, we're now in a 30. Oh, we're now in a 20. Now we got some ambers coming up. Right, what's the next station?
Next stop will be Grove Street.
Oh, come on. Hit the wrong button.
This is a 33rd Street train.
And there we go, there's the station ahead. Get down to 15. But yeah, other than the clickety clack of my controls here, it's I think I prefer it than keyboard, seriously, because it'd be like using the up down cursors on the left and right, and you know, WASD for you can actually walk out here as well. You can actually get it and roam around. But yeah, before the stream, what I did was I actually, let's stop and actually after that.
Stand clear of the doors.
Yeah, you tell them, mate. You tell them. But yeah, I rebooted the machine because again, I was having problems with OBS, which was my own doing. Having problems with audio, etc., which was my own doing. But because this game is so a little bit flaky, I thought let's just reboot everything from start. Because any of you guys out there that stream, you'll know that OBS can sometimes crash on its own, and this game is more than happy to crash on its own. So that, you know what, let's jump outside and please don't crash on me. There we go. Oh, right, there we go. Mind the doors.
Stand clear of the doors.
You tell him, mate. You tell him. Departure signal. Throttle on, brakes off. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, you wouldn't want to argue with that guy that's doing the announcements, would you?
Next stop will be Pavilion Newport.
Exactly what you said, whatever that was. So we got a mile and a mile to go. Listen, if you look at this thing, and I would actually point to it, but I cannot get the cursor to show up, and I've set a button to actually do that, because here's the destination board that you're supposed to be able to set up, but I've not found a way to actually get that to work. But, you know, just to repeat myself, for a game that's from 2009, it's doing more than I would actually hope it was going to do. Little things like that, you know. But yeah, for $10 and 5 routes and huge timetables, right? Let's that button, okay, not that button. And we're in a 15 anyway, okay. There is a manual that comes with it, like I said, it's on Steam at the moment, and there is a manual. I had a quick scan of it, but yeah, you know, I'll read that when I've got nothing else to do. Right. But yeah, listen, I'll lose points for blinding people with the headlights. Alright, slow down, Seamus. I hope you can't hear my doggies barking in the background. He's upstairs, I'm in the basement, and but I can hear the dog. So I hope he's not coming across the microphone. He's a little yapper dog. You know, got legs like 2 inches long and just yap, 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 yap. I never quite figured out what he's yapping at, actually. He's a good little guy, though. He's a good little dog. Right, come on. What have we got? Half a mile and, right.
Next stop will be Pavilion Newport.
Whatever you said. I like seeing those announcements, guys, and if you were later on the stream, those announcements, I've actually got them on my stream deck. You actually control those yourself. Little yappy dogs are the sort that one could punt across a couple of football fields. Thank you, Colonel Fogg. Yeah. No, I know that, mate. I know that. You sometimes go, shut up. It's like, what the heck are you yapping at, you know? But the poor little guy doesn't like thunderstorms, you know. Or anything, really. It's, yeah, I had a Great Dane once. He was 235 pounds and the most gentle dog you could ever come across. But yeah, 235 pounds. And I actually there was only 2 commands I got him to understand, was sit and wait. Because the last thing you want is a 235 pound dog running off. So his lead was like a piece of string. It was just a very, very thin rope lead. But I just got him so that if he ever felt any tension, he knew that was it. He'd run off too long or too far from me. And if I just said wait, he would just freeze. So he was a clever little guy. Big guy. Right. Right, where are we doing? Okay, doors are on the right. Okay.
Stand clear of the doors.
Did I open the doors? This is when I need this thing. Yep. Doors are open. Nah, that's funny, Colonel. Like I said, I know what you're saying. You'd probably still hear it yapping. Alright, passengers on. There we go, we're good.
Stand clear of the doors.
Oh, there's an echo there. And that bing bong is the departure signal, which I think you get points for. Again, not that I care about points that much. For me, you know, and for anybody that's been on any of my other streams, you'll know that for me it's more a case of, you know, drive the route as best I can. And points really are, I don't know, they're not my thing. Never have been. Any chance I get, I'll turn them off. But for this game, it's the only thing you actually have, is points. I'm not quite sure if they were... Well, you know what? Let me hold that thought, because again, they've developed all the Subways 2, 3 and 4. So who knows what the points are actually doing there, you know? But there's no upgrade you can do with it, so maybe there's like a leaderboard or something. I don't really know. Right, let's keep the speed down there, Seamus. You think you're going straight on. Oh, look at the sparks as we cross the junction. I'm just amazed with this lighting. Look at it looks like silver foil round the pipes there, didn't it? And you got the steel pipes above your head. And look at that, you've got the wire or the cable runners on the left-hand wall there. Junction boxes on the right-hand wall. Brakes off, Seamus. But yeah, I'll be intrigued as to where we're actually going to stop here. So we're just less than a mile uphill with the looks of things. Oh, that could be corrugated iron, couldn't it? Right, 15. Oh, don't run off. I think I caught it in time. There we go. A little yapping meteor. That's funny, Colonel Hawk. Yes, a little yapping meteor. Yep. Oh dear. Alright.
Next stop will be Hoboken.
I have a feeling the audio on this is intentionally muffled. I think it adds character to the game, really, you know. I think they've done a fine job of it. I think nearly 13 years old, this game. And I've only just got around to playing it. Hey, that's fine with me. Alright, come on, get up this hill. There we go. Half a mile to go. Right. Flattening out a wee bit. Wow, I'm actually maintaining a speed there. That's not like me at all. Normally it's like, you know, like yo-yo, you know, accelerate and brake, and here we are maintaining speed. Let's tempt fate and accelerate a bit. Oh, we've got another green, okay. Oh, right, we've got a junction coming up. That looks like a red ahead. I don't like this. Right, there's a green on top, but it looks like there's a red below, and I have no idea what that means. Please don't fail me. Yeah, I really have no idea what that... I wonder if that's like a junk... Oh, you know what? That red is probably for the left-hand junction. Okay. Okay. Panic set in there just a little bit. Right, 0.1 of a mile. Oh, look at this. Let's hit another button.
This is the last stop.
Wow. Oh, that was rather cool. Didn't look any different to the other one, but hey. Oh, look at that Hoboken. Okay, Hoboken. You know, I'm going to actually have to look at the New York subway map. Right. Well, we haven't finished yet. It's still got time for it to crash on me. So let's try and get as close as we can. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have a look at the... going to have a look. 147 passengers off.
Stand clear of the doors.
And I have to have a look at the New York subway map and see if I can find these. Well. Right, so what do we do? Reverser into neutral. Dead man's handle. Yeah, what a horrible name for a switch, but it is what it is, I guess. Right, lights off. What else? Shut the doors, I guess. No, there's something in them. Okay, shut the doors. Get outside and see how badly I did. So I haven't done something, it's not letting me finish. I'm hitting the button that I normally press to finish, and all it's doing is switching me back here. Did I not let these people off? Exit left. Let's have a look. The time is now 6:14. So what have I not done? What have I not done? Let's have a look here. I haven't put the brakes on. Let's try that again. No. I told you it was a little bit bugged. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. You know what? Let me try one thing. So all the doors are shut. Air conditioning's on. Oh. Air conditioning off, perhaps? No. Okay. I'm going to try and move it forward just a bit. Reverser forward. In gear. Put the brakes off. That's the only thing I can actually think of at the moment. I might not be close enough. Alright. Okay, that's full brakes on now. I don't care. I know I finished it. So it looks like I'm going to have to hit the escape key then, I think. Switch car. Yeah, so the buttons seem to be working, except it won't let me leave, and I don't know why. Not to worry. I'm just going to hit escape. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. So I'm probably going to get no points for that, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do one more of these, and I want to thank everybody for hanging around, and I hope the day is treating you all well. So what we did there was this guy, General Square to 33rd Street, and so if I do this next one down here, then I've only really got 1, 2, 3 more routes. But you know what, there's a lot of playability with this, you know, and again for $10 I'm quite happy with this. So let's do this one then, and like I said, I've done these first two and I just did this one, so let's do this guy, and let's do random weather again. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do that one. So 33rd Street to, oh hang on a second, did I do that? Oh, interesting. You know what? That's interesting. That I was thinking was the other way around. I don't know what this means. You know what? Let's jump in and have a look. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So, oh, you're welcome, King Cobra, and thanks for stopping by, mate. You know, it's always a pleasure to see you. And let's see. You know what? It says at the top there, C4 engine. I can't actually see it. Never mind. I was going to zoom in OBS so you can see this all clear, but I thought it just It's more trouble than it's worth with OBS. I tried it earlier and there's a huge delay. So, and you know what? Let's get exciting here. Let's let's jump into a train that came into service in 1986. There we go. But the actual cab itself doesn't look any different. So let's do that anyway. Just because. And let's make sure if it doesn't, let's make sure. Let's hope it doesn't crash on us. Alright, and then probably after this I'll call it a day. And alright, just bring up my dash. Alright, so we've got air conditioning on, shut the doors on the right, lights on.
Stand clear of the doors.
There we go. Yeah, you know it's funny, I was looking at the exact same thing earlier. I was looking at some pictures from, I think it was the 1970s, 1980s I think. It was very...
This is a Channel Square train. Next stop will be 23rd Street.
Doesn't he sound like he's got golf balls in his mouth? Anyway, I need to stop saying that. Right, dead man's handle down, forward, brakes off. Right, sound the horn just to lose more points. How childish, eh? But I've been reading, not so much underground, but I've been reading news about Edinburgh in Scotland, that they're extending the tram service. We had a tram service years ago, and oh, that's interesting. And then we lost it, and then a few years ago they started rebuilding it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that progresses. I never quite understand the economics of it all. You know, if you have a public transport service and then you get rid of it and then you redo it again. But I don't know, there's something classic about trams, you know. And Manchester, that's got a huge tram service. And London, I would say, is the underground, similar to New York. Because I used to live in London, and Hong Kong. There's another place that's got an enormous underground service. Kelfork says he saw a video a little bit ago. 60-year-old man from Edinburgh. Oh, okay, nice. Good for him, I guess. You know, doing what he feels is right. Right, so here we are.
23rd Street. Next stop will be 23rd Street.
Right, stop accelerating, stop braking. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Sad times and interesting. Right, oh. Come on. You have to excuse those noises. I was pressing the wrong buttons there. We're going to miss the station. Oh, there we go. Right. Right, well that was quick.
Stand clear of the doors. This is the Channel Square train. Next stop will be 40th Street.
I don't know what he said there, but it sounded interesting. Right. I think I'm probably going to stop pressing those buttons for a time because it's starting to sound very repetitive. I guess when you're driving a tram you'd listen to that all day, wouldn't you? Right. Yeah, I'll never get used to this using this little Logitech controller. It's that's why I was hoping I'd be able to use analog controls on this, but it just won't accept them. You'd think I'd be used to that, but when I'm driving the train I've got analog controls that works with that. And I can get analog controls to work, but the only problem is when I used SPAD Next, it can output keyboard commands, and it just was not accepting the keyboard commands. So I'm not quite sure if it has to be directly off the keyboard. Right. because this controller has actually allowed me to, it's way too fast. Just click it, you know, and I'll actually accept the input. But keyboard command seems to be has to be off the keyboard itself. Oh, slow down! Wrong button! Wrong button! Wrong button! Oh, just made it. Eek. Right. Like I said, I'm not going to press the announcements anymore. I'm tired of hearing them. Right, so we've got a red coming up. Well, just changed to a green. Okay. But you know, even with the lights off, I tell you, even with the lights off, I think that looks rather... Oh, there is the station. That was quick. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason I get confused about... There's only 4 buttons. You know, one accelerate, one to decelerate, one to brake, one to release the brake, and I still get confused. As you see there, that's why I keep this kangaroo juice in the engine, bouncing along the track. There we go. Oh, not so brutal with the brakes there, glad. Right. Yeah, so the looks of this, the whole journey's only 4¼ miles, so we've taken 2 miles off the distance there. Interesting. But yeah, I'll probably finish this, and the way I'm going, I'll have this finished in a few days. There's only 3 more routes, and that's only 6 more. And I plan on streaming it, you know, it's only 6 more streams. And yeah, I should have this finished in a few days. And then I'll move on to World of Subway 2. And it will be really interesting to see how they've, what they've done with it. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than just a new map, because this is in New York, and World of Subways 4 is also New York, but it's based around 1970. But again, I haven't really looked at the route, so I'm not quite sure exactly if it's replicating this part of the route or what, you know. Maybe I will read the book. Well, look at the PDF. Right, what have we got? A few hundred yards, we'll be at the station. And this room is getting warm again. I always say I'm never going to, you know, I'll try and keep the door open. And it gets too warm, but at least you can't hear the air conditioning. Time was supposed to be there. Arrive 5:49. It's now 5:50. So we're not doing bad time wise. Alright. Right, that's everybody off. Nice. Short and sweet. Yeah, this will be over before it's finished, as they say. So already done a third of the route already. Get the speed back down. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this is now the 6th time I've played this, and yeah, it's you know, I mean, it's simplistic. You know, you are a bit limited. You're on an underground. You know, that's it. You drive an underground train. But yeah, it appeals to me a lot. You know. Because for those of you who know me, you know I love driving trains and buses and just different things. I've been able to drive the underground train, which I couldn't get running a few years ago. I'm quite pleased with this. Brake, Seamus, brake. The trouble with the brake, well, in fact, let me show you actually. So the red lever down there is the brake, so you see it moves smoothly. Whereas the brake is the accelerator switched. And the trouble is, it's like when I hit the brake, I'm never quite sure how hard I'm braking on this. Alright, going up a hill now. Come on, that's it. Oh, and you're speeding. Come on. But it's really hard to control the speed. Well, I'm finding it difficult. Again, it's that constantly looking down onto the left-hand side of the monitor to figure out my speed, rather than just a quick glance down with my eyes, you know. But who knows, listen, who knows what they got in World of Subways 2, 3 and 4. It's a shame they didn't do more countries, but I know with Train Simulator World 2, they've got, and I've forgotten the name again, dang it. This happened the last time I tried to talk about it. I know it begins with a B, but they did the underground there. But that's part of Train Sim World 2. I wonder if they plan on doing any more underground routes as well. But when I saw Squirrel streaming this a few years ago, like I said, it appealed to me then, I just couldn't get it to run, so I'm glad it's working now, and it hasn't crashed so far. It says optimistically. There we go, we're more than halfway, well, we're halfway done now, guys, so 10 minutes we'll be finished. Yeah, I'm finding myself, all I'm doing is looking at that current speed and loud speed, just constantly trying to juggle the buttons to keep the speed in where it's supposed to be. And I'm sure driving a subway is probably, on an underground train is probably just the same. The thing is, you would feel yourself moving, you know, you'd feel the momentum, you know, you'd feel the inertia as the train sits there until it gets, you know, gets moving. And you feel the momentum as you start braking, you know, it's here I'm just looking at some numbers spinning on a route monitor. But, you know, it's fine. Alright, where are we? Wow, 1.25 miles to the next stop. Right, you see what I mean about that? You know, there's a red light coming up on the right, but there's 2 amber above it. So I'm assuming we're going to be good. Let's get down to 15, because I always distrust it when I see it. Oh, that's why, because we've got a switch coming up. And we're going right. Hit the wrong button, Seamus. There we go. Ooh, right. Yeah, that sneaked up a wee bit. Yeah, I need to look and see if there's any mods for this. I had a look earlier, and Aerosoft actually do have DLC for it. Oh, and there's the Winged Llama. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, sorry I had to jump off your stream earlier. When you said, hey, that looks like we're done, I thought, okay, right, I'm going to jump off mine. And then you said, oh, but I'm going to fly another leg. And then I checked, and it looked like your system had crashed again, mate. But, and there's JW. We were just talking about you. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm in the New York Underground, or the New York Subway at the moment. Yeah, and yeah, this game was developed in 2009. Oh, just in from the pub. Nice. Very cool, mate. I hope you had a good night out. I was telling Colonel Fork there, I was actually lurking on your stream the other day when you said you need to get more prisoners. And I was going to say hello, but then I got dragged off into something else. So, but yeah, I do tend to lurk a lot. Winged Llama says, yeah, it was a bit of a mess with OBS, just updated it. You know what's funny? I've been having problems with crashing, but not with OBS. just with this game here crashing. Oh, Jay Winokur says, very relaxing pre-birthday drinks. How cool is that? Nice one. Yeah, Winged Llama, yeah, like you're saying, it's I was lurking on Ustream for a while and it was like, man, I was feeling sorry for you with the crashes. Feeling sorry for you there, mate. Like saying, the problem I've been having with this game is I couldn't route the audio as normal. So I had to route the audio from the game through the system audio and then into OBS, which is not how I normally route things, you know. Winged Llama, my worm, welcome back to Twitch, I guess, yeah. Yep. Ah yes, the new Ready or Not stuff. Yeah, I had to ask the Colonel what it was called. Right, so we've got a switch coming up, so I'm going to keep the speed down here. But yeah, so this is World of Subway 1. Oh, slow it down there, Seamus, slow it down. And you think I'm bad at driving trains, this is even worse. Right, this is even worse because I'm using a Logitech Rumble Pad. It's like an Xbox controller. It was the only thing I could get to work with this. But this game itself was crashed. When I was doing a stream earlier on today, the game itself crashed 5 times, I think. It was either 5 or 3, I can't, it was an odd number. And then I realised I was streaming 50 minutes in, there's no microphone audio. In fact, for you new guys, have a listen to this.
Next stop will be Hoboken.
See, it actually has built-in announcements.
This is the last stop.
This is the last stop. So I went into Sean Connery there, didn't I? But
This is the Charles Square train.
this is Charles Square train. Right.
This is the last stop.
One ping only. One ping only vacillate. What does that mean, Jay Winokur? Sorry, mate. Right, let's see if this works. Jump outside. Doors are on the left. You see, there is somebody moving. Most of these people are static. I've said that before. Oh, right. Red October. Yeah, I'm useless when it comes to references like that. Really useless. You could say something, you think, everyone knows this. Nah, I won't. I am terrible. I am absolutely terrible with it. Right, so I think we've finished this. Right, when I tried earlier, it wouldn't finish the scenario for me. So, right. What have we got? Brakes on full. Reverser into neutral. Dead man handle up. Lights off. What's the doors doing? Left door is open. Let's shut it. So I should be able to now leave the cab. No. What am I missing? Air conditioning? Yeah, that big loud rumbling sound is air conditioning. You probably just heard me turning it off. So let's leave the cab. Nope. It's so strange. And this guy here, like saying, I would love to point to it, but I can't get my mouse to show up. This guy here where it says missing next to the red box, that's the air conditioning. What am I not doing? Doesn't matter, does it really? In all honesty, it doesn't really matter. It's not letting me. So both the doors. I wonder if I need to leave the doors open. Nope. What it should do is fade out and then tell me how badly I drove. And we're at Hoboken. I mean, I did this earlier. Let me do it again. Reverser forward, brake off. Let's move forward a wee bit. I better shut the door actually, because I thought maybe I'm not close enough. Right, full brakes on. Reverse into neutral. Nothing. Yes. So we can switch cars and see nobody's moving again. And you can go walkabout as well, but I've never actually tried. I wonder what happens if I hit explore mode. Nothing. I'm probably going to crash here. Oh! I wonder if I can open the doors. No, because I'm not in the cab. So I can actually walk around. You know what? That's interesting. It's not exactly what I'm trying to do here, but let me see if I can get back in the cab. Or have I completely broke it now? Let's open the doors on the left. Explore mode. Switch car. And yes, I am playing around here. Let's have a try to see if we could do anything like get up and have a wander. Explore mode. No. Yeah, seems like a little bit of a bug here, doesn't it? Yeah, now nothing's working. Oh, there we go, we're back in the cab. Right, well, I'll tell you what, thanks very much everybody. I think we're going to call it a day there. It would have been really nice if we could have just leave the cab and... Oh, hang on. I wonder if we can get round here. Let's have a wee wander. Oh, got out. Yeah, so it was a shame I can't actually just hit the button and it tells me how bad my driving is, which is what I was looking for. But, you know, again, 2009. I mean, look at this, Oh, see, there's one that moves. Just about moves. See it? Yep, enough to make me think, yep, she's alive, and all the rest of them are just all stuck there. I wonder if I can get up the stairs. Probably, oh no, okay. Right, well, I tell you what, I wasn't really planning on doing a walkabout in the station. I was hoping for it to say, yep, you've done this all badly, but it's not doing that, so leave the cab, nothing. Right, well, thanks very much. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, yep. About to say hello to somebody. Alright, that's not going to happen. Alright guys, well thanks for stopping by and appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on your stream or I'll see you on mine. Take care everyone, and there's Viper Strike lurking in the background. Bye bye everybody, take care now, bye bye.